We have the great good fortune to be on the Mallory Todd, and this vessel has brought smiles to hundreds of children and their parents from Ronald McDonald House. It gives them a chance to get out and breathe some air and feel the wind.
One of the most popular events our families continue to ask for and really enjoy are the Mallory Todd and the boat rides. These kids, a lot of times because of extended hospitalizations, they don't get to do anything like this. They're either isolated or parents can't afford to do something like this.
I built the boat to retire on and to indulge my whimsies and fantasies and go sailing again.
Well, the dock Mallory Todd uses is within sight of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance.
Right. They were right there.
And some of the kids, when they were doing better, started to hang around, and George saw them.
Well, they just started coming out the dock in the summertime, and the kids are kids, and they're pretty hard to turn down, so you invite them on board, and the next thing you say, well, why don't we go out for a little trip around the lake? And the kids just loved it. And some of them were chemotherapy patients and had no hair, and, you know, just sick kids.
And then he was hooked. And his plans for his future changed dramatically.
And it worked out to be something that grew on me to the point where that's what I decided the boat ought to be doing. So I formed a nonprofit corporation and named it Sailing Heritage Foundation,
where he could fund these free nonprofit cruises, and he's been doing it ever since.
Every weekend and during the week, and whenever the boat is not out for charter, it's available for nonprofit groups.
In the last 10 years, it's gone from a few trips to over 200 a year now, and we donate to different sources.
The women that we serve are battered women who are in lethal situations. They're coming from a home that's very unsafe and very unhealthy for them. Coming on this ship, they feel a sense of team, they feel a sense of independence, a sense of freedom that they haven't necessarily felt in a very long time.
I had my stroke about 4 years ago, and about a year after my stroke, I became involved in the Young Adult Stroke Survivors Group. George provides us with these cruises once or twice a year. For many of the people in the group, it's difficult for them to get around, difficult for them to get out, and an opportunity like this, it's life-saving. It literally changes people's lives.
This is really lovely to have this opportunity to come out on this beautiful boat, and it's fabulous that the people that own this boat offer this service to persons such as myself who otherwise would not be able to go out floating on anything.
It seems kind of passive to just take somebody to go sailing, but I think it does them a lot of good.
This kind of recreational therapy goes a long way toward healing not only an individual's body, but their mind and their spirit.
Pain medication inhibits our immune system, so it takes longer to heal. So the less pain medication you need, the faster you heal. When you're really engaged in something and you're really intense enjoying it, it's hard to pay attention to what else is going on. This kind of experience with float planes flying off to our side and other boats going over here, kids aren't thinking about their pain or their discomfort. It's a wonderful complement to the medical treatment that these kids are getting.
My youngest, Tyler, has been coming here for 10 years. He was born with cancer. And then my older son is mildly autistic. We go to the autism clinic here. This is the second time we've come. And the first time I was trying to remember, my kids were so little, and I just remember being extremely stressed out that day, and I remember getting on the boat and all those worries just being put aside for the time we were on here. When the wind's blowing and the sun's shining, it's good medicine.
Greg, he is going to be 5 next month. He was diagnosed with ALL leukemia on February 8th. My kids had never been on a boat until the time we'd been on this boat twice. The best part of this is my children do not bicker for 3 hours, and Mom gets a 3-hour break of, Mom, he touched me.
Brandon's 3 years old, and he was diagnosed just a little over a week ago with leukemia. It's been a tough 10 days, so this is kind of refreshing to get out and get your mind off things for a little bit.
This is Reese's second time on the Mallory Todd this summer, actually, and it's just very helpful to him. He gets to just be a 3-year-old kid and just having a good time with his friends here on the water. You know, when you have good days like this and he's feeling good, you have to appreciate that.
She's in 7th grade. She's from Juneau, Alaska. She was getting really bad headaches, and they found a brain tumor took up her left side of her cerebellum and went into her brainstem. We've been here for 2 weeks, but we've met a few families that have been here a lot longer, so it's nice for the kids to do something besides just be stuck in bed or stuck in a room.
It's the most painful thing to have your world tipped upside down by a disease that you really basically don't know much about. And to have a safe place to come and be with us, we love them all so much.
I like to be on boats.
What I like about Sailing Heritage is it's the ability to do something rather than just contribute money. The kids get to get out of hospital wards and be on a boat and pretend to be pirates and put on eye patches and pirate hats. We put them on the wheel and have them drive a big boat. And we take Polaroid pictures and then we give them a little honorary captain certificate when they get back. And they get being kids for a few hours.
What I look forward to every day is seeing the kids, especially when they're able to participate in some way and do something and feel like they've accomplished something.
When I first moved to Seattle, I found it online. They had a little post for volunteers wanted. I had only sailed once before in my life when I was 5 years old. But when people ask me about what I do with my spare time, I say this is my therapy. I come out here, I sail. The rest of the week I feel great. I just feel great.
There should be a boat or two in every city that is doing this.
There's so many boats all around the country just sitting unused.
Most of these beautiful vessels hardly ever go out on the water, so why not provide this kind of opportunity for more people?
What we're putting together is a consortium of captains, crew, volunteers, to try to spread this to other cities, which is the logical way for it to go.
So we'd like to get other boat owners in on the idea of, hey, you can use this, contribute, and also use it as a tax write-off, and the kids benefit.
George Todd is going to need a lot of support with wanting to build this out the way that he and Eileen see this. We've made a number of contributions to support this cause, and we will continue to do so. But again, we need a monetary and financial amount to help support this organization to build it out like any other business.
This particular group gets a lot done for very little money, and we can do a lot more with more money.
We always are looking for good board members.
Volunteers, we need captains most of all.
Just about anyone can come on as long as they want to be here and have a positive attitude about what we're doing.
Mallory Todd can use your help. Volunteer. You don't need any training, you'll be trained.
And in your community, if you don't have a program like this, and chances are you don't, start one. Contact George. He's got a model. I just can't imagine a more rewarding activity than to bring a little joy and a little respite into the lives of people who have been through so very, very much.
Thank heaven Captain Todd has done this.
I already got her.
Wonderful.
Thanks, George! Aye, aye, mate.